Hello, welcome back to another This Week at Skye. This is week 6, episode 6, and today, for something different, we've got Ash Campbell. Hey, Ash.
Again.
All right, let's get started, stuck into it. Last week, you went to a professional year event. How was that?
It was really good. So Lee at NEOS had just decided that he wanted to do his part for the professional year world, see what he can do to create something to get us all together, more interactive than what's available out there. There's been a few professional year things that come up, FAAA, TAL. They're more for learning purposes, panels, less collaborative compared to what this was. So Lee stood up there. We ran through a couple of different topics. One of them was navigating difficult conversations. But we started off with a whiteboard session discussing what the traits are of a good advisor, as well as
what are the traits of a good advisor?
as well as what the values are that clients are looking for. So one of the traits of the good advisor that we're talking about was that they're good at building trust, listening, and simplifying things for their clients.
That's
which aligned a lot with what we were first discussing as what we expected the values to be of the clients too.
And how long was the event?
A couple of hours, so 2 1-hour sessions and then some mixing and mingling after.
Yeah, cool. And there was a lot of people. I saw photos afterwards. There was quite a lot of people.
Yeah, the room was full. It was really nice. Probably 30 to 40. I'm not so good at the estimation, but yeah, it was nice to get to meet some more people that are in similar stage. There are some people who had just started, about to start. Myself, I'm nearly finished. Some people that had finished. So the whole, process.
Yeah.
Apparently it was initially booked in to be the week prior, which lined up to be the exact date that the advisor exam was on.
Oh, okay.
So Lee's really ambitious and keen, but didn't know about the exam.
Yeah.
So yeah, something for him to keep an eye on going forward.
And how was the food?
The food was great.
Yeah.
The toasties at the beginning.
Yeah.
Bit of a rocky ride. Lee came out and told us all that we could have a toasty, and then Don came around and said, not actually for you guys because we're putting on lunch later. But the lunch was very good.
And then this is a story that I loved, that you came back to the office and you told us that they offered the toasties and then they didn't offer the toasties, and one person got a toasty and then felt awkward about it.
Yeah.
So next time NEOS can just put toasties on for everyone.
Would be simpler.
Yeah, make it easier. So that was something that was funny. For me, we had an offsite, which was good. We spent a bit of time. We went to TAL offices, so thanks to TAL because they provided lunch as well.
Okay, nice.
Which is great, last minute impromptu lunch and coffees. But it was good. We just had a small room. Man, they've got amazing offices. TAL, I think.
NEOS's were nice as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah. TAL, I think I heard a rumour they spent like $150 million on the office.
Whoa.
Now, pure rumour, pure speculation coming now, but they signed the contract before COVID and then COVID happened, they built it and then they sent everyone back to the office because they were like, well, we spend so much money on this office, get back there. But yeah, they had a wall that was full of plants, like, the plants that come out of the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, amazing offices, good offsite. We did the offsite and I basically came and just threw a whole bunch of spanners in the works, and so now we're moving forward, moving quickly, and we're all picking up the pieces of all the changes that I've just come and thrown at us.
Look, if you're good for one thing, it's getting things moving.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not good for a lot, but I can get things moving. So appreciate that, Ash. Thank you. I hear that loud and clear. All right, so this week we are talking about, we're going to FAAA event. Now, this is in November. Yes, just before my birthday, so you can just prepare the present as well. But just before November, we're going to FAAA event. Why are we going?
Well,
and who's going? Sorry, maybe let's start with that.
Yeah, so every year we have 2 advisor catch-ups because our advisors are all over the country and world. It's a good opportunity for us to get together. So we had our advisor catch-up at the start of the year in Torquay, and now we're going to go over to Perth for our advisor catch-up, and just happens to line up with when Congress is with FAAA.
Yeah, and the test cricket, the first Ashes test is straight after Congress. I don't actually think I'll stay on. Even though last year when they announced it, they talked about the test and we did think about going for that. I don't know if I'll stay on for the test match, but we're going over there. It'll be good. All our advisors will go over. Yeah, and we just thought it was a great opportunity to do, we get a whole bunch of professional development that's organised through the FAAA, and it's just a great opportunity to network, connect with other advisors, and there's a great opportunity to go over there, and we'll still have our relationship managers from Melbourne come over, or some of them come over and run some sessions. So we'll have a day before the Congress where it's just us. We'll have some shenanigans as well as professional development, and then go on to the Congress. So looking forward to that. And just the purpose of these offsites is, yes, we're all remote. So number one, how do we build good relationships amongst the advisors? You're fortunate, Ash. You come in the office twice a week, or unfortunate, depending on your point of view. It's a good opportunity just to spend time with each other. The Torquay event was great in terms of just we don't take ourselves too serious, and those events are really a good way to just display that and show that and enjoy spending time with each other.
Absolutely. It's always a blast to get to see everyone. I get the choice of if I come in or not. I could stay at home if I wanted to, but I'm very much a people person, so enjoy getting to come in.
Yeah. All right, next up, now this is a topic that is close to my heart, and I've what's that mean, that old man yelling at the sky? It feels like I've been doing that a lot recently about this topic. But APRA and ASIC did a joint letter basically yelling at insurance companies. So explain to me that it came out on the 5th of June. Talk to me about what are they talking about? What were they yelling at insurers about?
I was having a look because you've been talking about it for a long time, but they've been talking about it even longer. They started their review in 2022. So wasn't fully your influence, but I'd
like to say I'm a big deal, but I'm not that much of a big deal to influence ASIC and APRA.
Well, give it time. So in this review, they're looking at the discounting, the durational discounting that the insurers are doing that you love so much. Their key headline is that insurers need to be more clear with the implications of the premiums. So they're saying that insurance companies, they do have the right to re-rate, but they need to make sure that the disclosure is much clearer, more transparent, and it's not unfair. The discounting can be very big for some of these companies, which isn't very fair, when you hit the 5 or the 10-year mark when those discounts drop off. They're also saying that the premiums need to be explained better so that it's explained when you purchase the insurance, as well as every year going forward, what that looks like, because there's very little transparency with how that effect is happening every year on your premiums. And then they were also saying that there just needs to be more stability in the products. So these are products that are designed to be held long term. The pricing should be reflective of that.
Yeah, and the thing that I'm glad ASIC and APRA have come out, but one thing I would love to see is if they actually cap the amount of duration discounting. So what duration discounting is year one, we discount the premiums by 20%, and then year two, it's discounted at 15%, 10%, 5%, and then it's the base rate. Two things I would love to see is insurers have to disclose what their base rate premium is, and that, if it's $1,000, but year one at $700, okay, that's a 30% discount, but we want to be able to tell our clients that the base rate is $1,000. So that is, in my mind, a no-brainer. Has to come in immediately. That kind of explain what the base rate is, what's being discounted off. The insurers will know that. The other thing is, just explaining the discounts. Like, there are some insurers that we work with that explain, hey, there's a 25% discount in year one. They don't really explain how it comes off and how quick it comes off, to be honest, in the quotes. But some of them do. Some insurers, they don't tell us at all. That we have no idea, and it's all very specific to each individual client. So one occupation may have a better discount on year one than another occupation. So they just play really funny buggers with their pricing, and this is where I've been, old man's yelling at the sky for a long time, is just disclose what's happening. Because as an advisor, when you're looking at all the quote comparisons, like, how difficult is it to kind of understand what the base rate is?
It's impossible. Yeah, it would take way too much time compared to the value that you'd be able to generate.
Yeah, and it's like, just to give some context, when it's not just like, oh, we're advisors, we just want to, just make the job quick and easy, and it's too much time because it's going to take me an extra 20 minutes. Like, we got one of our, Nat in the team, we got her to do a research project, understand the discounting, and the way to do it is quote, to make a fictitious client and quote if they're 40 years old, 41, 42, 43, and put every premium projection in the Excel spreadsheet to work out what that premium is for one insurance company. And we did it across every insurance company.
And that's just one person of like a small snapshot. We're not changing the occupation ratings in that.
There's no change in levels of cover, none of that funny buggers. I'm glad ASIC have come out and they're, and working with insurance, Council of Australian Life Insurance, Carly, to help solve the problem. And the insurers are, to be fair, the insurers are thinking about how they do it. But do you know why they discount? Like, what's the main purpose?
Is it to do with the recency of the underwriting? You're freshly underwritten, so your risk is lower?
Yeah.
Or is there more to it?
Well, I mean, it depends on how generous we want to be towards insurers. The generous way
That's
is...
my diplomatic answer.
Yeah, you can be nice, I can be savage. All right, so the generous way is, you've gone through your application today, so we know your health history as of today. Every year forward, you could have a health event that impacts a claim, and so the claims experience becomes worse over time. So that is a generous way of viewing it, and that's what all the insurers say, and it is fair. The non-generous way and the savage way is they just want to get policies. And if I can discount at 30%, but then get the base rate back up to a reasonable level, then why wouldn't I do that? Because insurance policies go towards the discounted rate. So really, it's just about trying to get market share. And it's unsustainable pricing. And that's what I'm really glad ASIC and APRA have come out and made this statement. And they've said it over time. And it's not even 3 letters. They've actually... Let me just go on a big tangent because I said in our notes, well, I was going to rant on this, so let me keep going. Strap in. They did say back when income protection changed, they said that these policies are unsustainably priced. It's you guys are going to go broke if you keep selling these policies. One of the things that they said back then was making sure that the pricing was reasonable and fair, and discounting pricing in year one is just unsustainable, and it does my head in. If insurers can change their practices, I would love it because I yell at them all the time, every time. All right, rant over. Back on to more positive things. Now we are doing Ash's Baking Corner.
What will it be this week, oh my? Will it make us laugh or make us cry? Skye team's ready, forks in hand. Ash's baking.
Hey Ash, just so it's on record again, you do not need to bake every week for this. So, but you have.
It's a personal choice. It's my Sunday activity.
And so, what have we got for today?
Checkerboard biscuits.
Checkerboard biscuits. I can't see myself.
The plate
There we go.
is so slidey.
It is slidey. Checkerboard biscuits.
Yeah.
And we've got a special guest here to taste and rank. So, Eddie.
You're up.
All right. Now, I'd usually have a coffee with this. But
Yeah, that's why I thought this is your style of bicky.
actually, I'll go the bigger one. I'll at it.
Wait, before you say, is your mum or your wife good cooks?
Both.
Both? Oh, Ash, this is rough. This is rough.
Sorry, Ash.
Would they bake something like this?
They do this sort of stuff, but hey, I'm open to new cuisines.
Yes,
and
let's
different
go.
tastes. All right, I'll try the vanilla first.
It's got to give a ranking out of 10 as well. Yeah, you got to. Hey, I got to have a cheeky taste. Ash, you can have that.
Will it make us laugh or make us cry?
I can taste the vanilla.
Okay.
I can taste the chocolate. It's delicious.
Delicious
like
isn't a number.
Out of 10,
Yeah.
8.
You're such a softie. You're a
And-
softie, Eddie.
And the best part of this biscuit is that if you have a bowl of cereal, you can break these in the milk, mix it in with your cereal.
Okay.
It's even better because of that sweetness.
What? Whoa, you blow my mind. What cereal are we having?
Any cereal,
Like cornflakes?
cornflakes,
Wheat Bix.
grain, wheat bix.
You would drop something like this in there?
Oh yeah, try it.
There you go, Ash. Are you
you get
a
that.
cerealer?
That bit of sweetness in the cereal, it's beautiful.
This is brand new information to me. I do have porridge in the winter and then cereal in the summer. So get ready for summer.
Yeah, let's go.
Break 2 or 3 in there, mix it in with your cereal.
Don't blow my mind, Eddie. How good.
Yeah, I do it all the time. So very nice. Well done, Ash.
Thanks, Eddie. Fun fact with the vanilla bean. When I was in a previous apartment, one of my neighbours went to PNG and came home with crazy amounts of vanilla bean. Was like, Ash bakes, she can use some of this. So got heaps of really high quality vanilla bean for free.
Wait, this is that?
Yeah, there's fresh vanilla bean in there.
I can't taste it, but I don't have as mature a palate as you, Eddie.
I've had a few biscuits in my time.
Yeah, you're a biscuit guy. I like it.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Eddie.
No worries.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Ash. Hopefully there's more for upstairs.
Phil, what have you had going on with clients this week?
So as we've talked about multiple weeks in a row, I'm either dealing with claims or difficult situations. So this week had a client who was not pleased with our service. And so it's always good to be able to jump in and understand better. So first, I always try and understand. Important part of the role that I do anytime I'm jumping into those situations is, first of all, understand, is it us or the insurance company? Because in this situation, the insurance company dropped the ball heaps and heaps and heaps. Now, that doesn't mean that, all good, we can wipe our hands of it. It's our job to make sure we communicate that and keep the client informed, which we didn't do as good as we could have. And so, it's just a matter of first jumping in, understanding. Part of when I talk to clients who have been upset with us, and it's not that bad, like at the end of the day, it's one of the good things is when you have a poor client experience, being able to jump in, apologize, empathize with the client is really the most important thing. And that's all I think about. People just want to feel heard and feel like they can go and escalate a frustration that they've had. And so that's a really important part of what we do. But sometimes when the insurance company drops the ball time and time again, sometimes it's frustrating as an advice firm to give an update and go, yes, the insurance company dropped the ball yet again and we haven't been able to make them, fix it. Because it's like, it feels like the same message and it feels like sometimes it's a cop-out, even if that is a reality. So it was good just to be able to jump in, understand what's going on. I always think about how do we support our team? If our team, if there is an issue or something that needs to be addressed with our team, we'll definitely do that. But if I can see that our team have worked really hard for our clients, my job is to back our team up and go, hey, this is what's happened and this is what I can see the team have done, but we didn't communicate it well enough. So it's not a happy client scenario, but again, it's just a matter of us putting our hand up and saying, hey, yep, that's our bad. How do we make this right? And, because we want to have long-term relationships with our clients. We want to be engaging with our clients for, the next 10, 20 years. We've got a lot of young clients. So it is important to fix any, issues that we have. What about you? How was your client experience this week?
I have gotten a client income protection just in time before she starts maternity leave. So each insurer has their own rules around pregnancy and when income protection is available and the definition of TPD that's available. Generally, if you have planned maternity leave coming up, the best TPD definition you can get is that any occupation as opposed to the own occupation that we normally look for. But there's a couple of insurers that, despite where you're at in the pregnancy, so long as it's tracking all okay, so long as you apply for income protection whilst you're still working and earning an income and you plan to return to work within the next 12 months and keep working at least 20 hours a week, income protection's still available. So I made sure to prioritise her, get her through, explain everything along the way so that she was quite clear on the timelines that needed to be met so that she could get that income protection in place.
Yeah, great job. And quick plug for our deep dive. If you have any questions about mat leave or parental leave or, any of those things and how it interacts with insurance, me and Amy did a great deep dive. Perfect timing, Ash.
Well done.
All right, what's coming up this week? What do you got coming up?
Couple of things. Going to be recording a deep dive with you. We're going to chat about more mental health sort of things. I felt I've already spoken a bit about it on the camera, so should be an easier one for me.
And the best thing about the deep dives, Ash, is you get to come up with a topic that we talk about. That's the most amazing thing. What an absolute joy.
It's a privilege.
Yeah, a privilege. So yes, we put out these deep dives once a week, and it's really for, the purpose is any clients who want to geek out on the subjects that we're talking about, it gives a great opportunity to really delve deep in certain topics. So looking forward to doing that. That'll be good. Wednesday, we're doing that?
Wednesday,
yeah.
Yep.
And then it'll come out in, I don't know, a month's time, let's say. All right, what have I got? Oh, I've got something super exciting. I'm going to Miami Beach.
Let's go.
So I'm going there to get a good tan because I need it.
Of
No,
course.
I'm not going there for a tan. No, there's a MDRT, so a Global Industry
Film the
Association.
acronyms.
Yeah, I don't. $1 million roundtable is what it's called. I
Doesn't
don't know
help.
much about it. Haven't been super involved. I've been to a few events in Australia, but I've been told that it's great. It's focused on insurance advice industry, so globally. So it just gives a great opportunity to learn from a lot of people who have done it. And the US, they do tend to do conferences. They're a bit full on, the US, in their conferences, but they do conferences really well. And so, me and Trent are going over. Looking forward to going over, learning from a lot of, people who've been doing it for, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So it'll be good. And there's lots of Aussies going as well. So it'll be good to just, catch up and meet with a lot of Aussie insurance advisors as well.
That'll be cool. How does insurance vary across the globe?
Oh, good question. I will give you my basic understanding. So some markets, like the Asian markets, often have like tied agents. So you will work for the insurance company and sell that insurance company's product. In Australia, we work similar to mortgage brokers, where we have option to recommend any insurance provider. I think similar in the US, but I think they have both. They have like the tied agents where you will just sell that one product, but then you also have the similar to us. I just think that the education requirements for most markets is less than what we have. Like if you do really complex financial planning work with self-managed super funds and trusts and all this hoo-ha, you need to be qualified just as much as we do, which I personally like. And we've got a topic for next week that I'm going to rant on. You thought today was a rant? There'll be a rant next week about some of the qualification changes. But yeah, that's my basic understanding of the insurance market around the world.
Cool.
And then we've got end of financial year coming up. So I've got 4 days of work before end of financial year because of course Miami's work.
Too much partying.
Of course Miami's work, but I'm only here. So we've got to lead up for that. We're trying to get a lot of people insured because, if people have income protection, they want to get that cover in place and paid for. But excited for the week coming. And next week, going to be doing this week at Skye, hopefully from Miami. And if that's not the case because something isn't working, then we'll work out another solution.
See what happens.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Ash, again. Thank you for your baking. I loved Ash's Baking Corner. And hopefully the edit of this video, they put the song that we created for Ash's Baking Corner. But yeah, we don't need to bake every week. Awesome. Thank you, Ash. Hope you have a great week.
You too, Phil. See ya.
Bye.